All right, September 28th, 2021, Toronto. We're heading on College Street for a little bike ride during the day. It's about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Usually I ride much later, but today I had an appointment downtown, so I decided to utilize the time and do a little bit of sightseeing and bike riding and just film. Beverly. All right, let's see how far this college goes on the bike path. The weather is perfect. It's probably 16 Celsius, 70 Fahrenheit. And it is sunny. Not a cloud in the sky. Wonderful. This light's taking forever. It's Riska. All right. We got a Nissan 300 ZX. Old school. Making a ruckus on the street. We are pro ruckus. The more ruckus, the better. Look at these places. I guess these are all where university students eat, because UofT is on my left. That's not a very good name. So these are all probably, UofT's open. Ooh, you know what? We're going into UofT. Let's go to a ride through UofT. So we need to make a intersectional, let's make a U-turn here. There you go. And then we want to make a left. Fine. Look at these railway tracks. Crossing these railway tracks when they're wet, it requires you to have a special bike handling skills. If you don't have it, stay away from Toronto. Here we go. So we did a U-turn and we're going to turn into University of Toronto. I think it's called King's Circle or something. Let's see. It's open. Yeah. So far so good. I guess the school opened up last week, maybe. Oh, look at this. Everybody's back in the school. Major construction here. That's kind of cool. I used to work in this area. I do a lot of work for the colleges and University of Toronto, photographing their PR stuff. Wow, so dusty. The road closed. Huh. Let's see. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. That's a cool shot. I don't know what they're building here. This used to be a soccer field. Yeah, and I'm just looking. Not, thank you. Wow. It's cool. Oh, it's lifting. That's good. We're going to catch some lifting action. This those are protection. So the look at the carabiner on that thing. All right. See, this is where they have their Convocation Hall. I don't know if I should go through this. I don't want to go through this walkway. Although there's a road here. Let's go through this road. I want to go through where people are walking and students are walking and all that kind of stuff. I'm going to go slowly, just watch the cars and do a sightseeing tour of University of Toronto. That's a pretty interesting building. Actually, I've never noticed this before. Wow. Very nice. Very nice. Yeah, this used to be a giant soccer field, a football field or something, and I used to remember always kids used to always play and hang out on it. I guess they need the space now. They're gonna build something. I don't remember all the name of the colleges, but actually it'd be a nice tour today. And the light's good for it, and we'll do a University of Toronto tour. Oh, it brings back memories. I photographed Bob Ray there. Bob Ray used to be a politician, federal politician, premier. I think I photographed him here somewhere. So I got a pretty good shot of him too. Photographed him a few times. He was almost going to be a prime minister. I did photograph a couple of Canadian prime ministers too. Kim Campbell was one, and who's the other guy? Paul Martin. Yeah, Paul Martin, I was hanging out with him the whole day, and it was good. Had lots of good opportunities to. He liked my work, so he was kind of posing around for good shots. Ooh. Shouldn't have gotten in the mud. All right, so I want to go back in the circle. What school is this? Yeah, let's go back. Feels like we have to go back to class. We're late for class. You know, there's a joke, a famous joke, and there's this comedian called Rodney Dangerfield. Rodney Dangerfield used to be this comedian from the 80s. His whole motto was, his whole shtick was that he doesn't get any respect. There's kind of these things. I'm sure you've heard of it. And one of them, he played in a movie. And squeezed by this guy. And he played in a movie. It was like one of these silly movies that, you know, he goes back to school or something, to university. And he asked this girl, I don't know how it was in a university, but anyway, it was one of those, you know, stupid Hollywood movies. He asked the girl, hey, you want to go out later? You want to go out? And she's like, I have class, you know. And his response to her was, well, call me when you got no class. And that was the funniest line from that movie. I don't know what movie. It was like, I think it's called Rodney Goes Back to School or something. In the 80s, almost every movie they made the guy go back to school for some reason. I don't know. It was just a thing, and it sounds kind of stupid and all that, but it was the 80s thing. Whatever movie had, you know, whoever was the star of the movie ends up going back to school. Even that guy was in the news, the governor of California, the Arnold guy. Beautiful. Look at this architecture. It's just phenomenal. Pretty nice, pretty nice. Alright. He had a bunch of Terminator movies and craziness. Look at this shot. Wow, this is actually a pretty good shot. So how far can you get close without being yelled at? Oh, it's nice. Close shot. Anyway, Terminator guy, yeah? Arnold Schwarzenegger or something like that. That big bulky guy who was sleeping with his nanny. He was cheating on his wife on his nanny, and he got the nanny pregnant or something and didn't pay her alimony, and it was all sorts of problems, you know, funny stuff. He was a comedian. And this road's closed too. Wow, yeah, I want to go back there. See if we can get down there. And he had a movie called Kindergarten, going back to kindergarten or something, back in the 80s. So he was it a kindergarten cop or something like that? So he was in charge of a kindergarten for some reason. 80s movies were always like that, you know. Oh, this whole thing is freaking close. Unbelievable. Oh. Wow, this is not much of a tour. This is a tour of the whole place being closed. Let's go to see those guns. Yeah, every movies in the 80s had a theme of the guy had to go back to school, no matter who he was, you know. They always send the star of the show either to kindergarten or university or something. Wow, they're building something there. Look at these guns. At some point, these were the modern weapons. Now they're just stuck them around for decoration. Isn't that cool? Wow, smells like some sort of a wood. I don't know what they're doing here. They're building a road? Wow. Big change. I think that's Hart House right in the front. We used to go there a lot. A lot of events there to photograph. Hart House. Yeah, I used to work here almost 2-3 times a week. So I have to come down here. UofT. Wow, good times. So where we are now, we're at QueensPark. We're going to exit here. Quietly. Sneaking in the university without paying any money. No subscriptions. 90% of the stuff they teach now you can watch on YouTube. You know, if you're smart enough, you can learn it. If you're not going to learn it either way. All right, let's go. So here we're at QueensPark. What a random ride. I was in college, next thing you know, I'm on QueensPark. Watch this bus. Let's go. QueensPark's to my right, the actual building where the politicians sit and do nothing. But the park to my left is where they go and hang out. I came here and that's when I filmed my March film. My highest viewed film in the city. Can we turn? Hurry. All right, we're in the park. My highest ranking video. Let's see if we can go in the park and see who's in here. It was pretty good when I came here for that march. It was music, people were dancing, and you know, people playing music, all sorts of people. Like, it was fun. It was reminding me of Washington Square Park events. Like Washington Square Park in New York City every night. That's what this place felt like. Let me see if it's always like that, or only when the march people show up. That's like that. Huh. Actually, this is not a bad circle. Has potential, but no, nothing's going on here. A helicopter's still buzzing. Let me check. Beautiful. Yeah, it's not a bad area actually. All right, look. I'm gonna turn around. I want to see if you can see it or not. There's two helicopters in the sky. You see it? They're following each other. The front one is orange. Toronto's ambulance helicopter, and the second one's a smaller helicopter. My feeling is they're doing air-to-air photography, which is walking nice. Walking nice. Oh. Wow, this is it's actually a good park. I've never been here to this park since last week. I ended up here randomly with the march, but it's actually a pretty nice park actually. Very much Washington Square Park-ish. I'm going to end the film here and start another one, maybe. Riding back. What a beautiful day. Joining the channel for the first time, we do walking, biking, point of view films. If you enjoyed the channel, subscribe, send me a comment, and I will catch you in the next film. Here we go. We're out.